Good morning, everyone. So, in this video, I will walk you through the production of my teaching materials for a Year 5 writing lesson titled Healthy Salad Bowl. So, my goal is to move from a concrete object to the digital creation of the material. Before we look at the production process of each materials, let us look at the materials that has been produced for each stages of the lesson. In the exact induction, I use Relia, which is an actual salad bowl, and a flashcards. So the impact here is an immediate engagement. It grounds the abstract concept of writing a recipe in a sensory and real-world context for the students to experience. Moving to presentation, I integrated a YouTube video and Canva slides into this lesson. So these multimedia tools cater to visuals and auditory learners, ensuring that grammar focus, which is sequence connectors and imperative verb, is modeled clearly before the pupils start the writing activity. During the practice stage, pupils use an A3 Healthy Salad Book worksheet alongside word banks that the teacher have provided. This stage is all about scaffolding, so the A3 size allow for more collaborative space. The pupils also receive a mini flashcard, and each group will receive 4 mini flashcards that shows the picture of ingredients for the salad bowl. And later on the presentation, during the presentation activity, they will also receive a feeling cards and those feeling cards will help them articulate their emotion for the language arts components in this lesson. In the production stage, individually, the pupils must complete the given salad sheet. And these are then compiled into a digital cookbook. This give their writing a purpose. So the students are not only filling in the paper, they are actually given an opportunity to publish their own words into a class resources. Finally, the closure uses a meal ticket, which is an exit ticket. I phrase it as a meal ticket because I want to give pupils the sense of familiarity and to match my lesson main theme, which is mostly about food. So these tools or materials provide a quick, impactful formative assessment to check if the learning objective were met or not. Now we move on to the next part, which is about the teaching material production process, which involves 3 stages, which is pre-stage, while stage, and post-stage. The first one is the pre-stage.
The materials production process in the pre-stage has started long before I opened the Canva. So first, for pre-stage, I identify my target of pupil. My target of pupil is Year 5 pupil. And I also choose topic 5, food and health for the topic, and also theme word of knowledge for the theme. So my focus skill was writing and with language art as the complementary skill. To ensure alignment, I also strictly refer to the DSKP and SOW. So this is the SOW. It states that the topic for Unit 5 is food and health, and for the DSKP is here. I selected Content Standard 4.3 and Learning Standard 4.33 for the writing skill, focusing on drafting paragraph and modifying it based on the feedback given, which does lead to the creation of the salad sheet for the student to write the recipe in. Meanwhile, for language art, I used Content Standard 5.2 and Learning Standard 5.2.1, which require pupils to say in simple words and phrases on how a text make them feel. This specific learning standard is exactly why I designed the feeling card. It provides the vocabulary scaffolding for pupils to express their personal responses to their peers' recipe. So by mapping this standard first, I ensure that every material produced follow a direct requirement of the pedagogical purpose.
Moving on to the while stage. Once the blueprint was ready, I move on into the designing phase where I use Canva as my primary workstation. Here, I focuses on creating a cohesive visual identity across the worksheet, flashcard, exit tickets and others so that the lesson felt like a unified brand. And as for the digital cookbook, I set up a template that allows for easy integration of students' work. And this phase involved a lot of iterative design. such as adjusting font, size, adding appropriate words for readability, and ensuring that all the graphics were age appropriate and culturally relevant for Malaysian pupils. As you can see here, I use the pictures of real food so that it is more realistic for the pupils to relate to. Once the digital designs were perfected and the layouts were finalized, all the materials that needed to be in physical form were then printed, laminated, and cut by me to ensure they were ready for the classroom to use. And finally, let us look at the post stage. After printing, cutting, and assembling all the materials, I then enter the post stage. Here, I conduct a final audit based on 3 criteria. And I will also refer to the lesson plan. So the first criteria is quality. I will check whether the images are clearer or not for the student to see. I will also check whether the link is working or not. For example here, the link to the YouTube is working. Next is the link to the presentation slide. It is working. And also the link to the digital cookbook. Then I will look at the quantity of the material. So I will check whether I have enough worksheet or not, and also I will check whether I have enough flashcards, meal tickets, and filling cards for the 25 pupils or not. And I will also check the appropriacy of the language used in my recipe example. Is the level of language used suited for the year 5 students or not? And I will also make a minor tweak to the imperative verb list to ensure that it wasn't too overwhelming for the student. So this final check ensure that when I step into the classroom, the material would support the learning and not distract the students from it. And that is all about my progression on designing my material for this lesson plan, starting from the preparation of a simple salad bowl to an interactive digital class cookbook. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. Bye!